Hey guys, Mars Singing here, bringing you another Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video. And so, now that we've done all 10 stages of ESBR, 7 no items, and then 3 normally, still going to be working on those in the background. But I did the other 3, as I explained in those videos, just so I could get the stages actually beaten, so we could get the medals to EZA, the Goku and Bulma. So, obviously this unit is quite restricted in how you're going to get the best performance out of them, but I'm going to be interested to see how well they do on the team setup that we've built, because we talked about this a little bit on the most recent episode of the 5-9 podcast. I'm not super against units being restricted to like 1 or 2 teams, as long as they're then like really good on those teams. So obviously with this unit, you're very restricted to the kind of team that they are going to be at their best. So I'm really hoping that we're going to see some good stuff out of them here. I mean, they're starting off the turn here, 150k defense. Definitely not their best rotation. They've only got a couple of links active. We've got no support unit. So it'll be interesting to see exactly how they pan out here, because basically, looking at their details, we'll go ahead and start off the turn here. But basically, they start off with attack and defense 50%, and then they get 10% extra attack and defense per Dragon Ball Seekers ally on the team, then 10% attack and defense per Youth ally on the team, and then 10% attack and defense per Dragon Ball Saga category ally on the team. So obviously that means you want to build the team around those 3 categories in particular. Wow, 4 million attack stat turn 1. That's pretty good. They raise attack and defense in 1 turn on both their 12 and 18 key super. The 12 key does colossal damage with a rare chance to stun, and the 18 key does mega colossal damage with a medium chance to stun. They also have, as the secondary part of their passive, of course we get the Great Ape transformation, they have all those 10% extras with those 3 categories. They also get key +2 per joined forces ally on the team, up to +6. That's the other thing, actually, yeah, the 10% for all 3 of those categories is up to +50%. So if you want the full benefit, then obviously you need to have 5 units from each of those 3 categories. Now, obviously, the Goku and Bulma themselves are part of all of those categories. So obviously you're already getting the 10% just from having them on the team. So the way we've built the team here is we've brought as many as possible of units that are on all of these categories. So I think we almost have the full buff. I think I'm missing like 10% from Dragon Ball Saga. And then the 2 key per joint forces ally is up to +6. So obviously they get 2 from themselves. Their best link partner is actually the AGL LR Kid Goku and Arale. And obviously they are on like all of those categories as well, including joined forces. So I think we are missing like 1 joined forces unit as well to get their full passive, but we don't really... We're only missing out on 10%. The only way I could think to do that was to maybe change like the leader that we brought, but then we'd have a lower leader skill. That's the other thing that we should point out as well, is we are using a Kid Goku as one of the leads, who has 150 across the board for youth. And then we're using Gotenks as the other lead, because he has 170 for HP and attack, but only 130 for defense. So obviously youth doesn't have a 170 across the board lead. Definitely would help out this category. The category is very like Dragon Ball Saga heavy, or obviously like the Kid Fusions and like Goten and Trunkses. So you can kind of go one of 2 ways with the team build, with it being like Goten and Trunks heavy or like Dragon Ball Saga heavy, because of the links, right? Like once you start putting in Dragon Ball Saga units, you kind of need to have these other units that share these links, because you got like Guidance of the Dragon Ball's Incredible Adventure. Like you're not going to get those unless you're running these Dragon Ball Saga units. But I did bring the pan. So as you can see, if we look at the list very quickly, so we've got the LR Goku and Bulma, we've got this Tech Kid Goku from the World Tournament, we've got the physical Great Ape Goku, the Goku friend lead, or sorry, the actual lead, and then the Goku and Arale. So actually we do have all 5 of the allies that we need for the full leader skill. Because if you run double Gotenks leads, technically you get slightly higher attack leader skill, 170 instead of 150, but then you're missing a Dragon Ball Saga unit. Because Pan is Youth and Dragon Ball Seekers, but we would be missing a Dragon Ball Saga unit if we weren't running Kid Goku as the leader. So we are getting the full buff from their passive. So on this turn, with the 50% support from Pan, we're at 175k defense at the start of the turn. And remember, they raised their defense by 30% on super, so they're way over 200k defense post super attack, which is pretty good. We can go ahead and get the full 24 key super attack with them here as well. So let's see what kind of attacks that they put out. I really want to see the rotation with them, with Goku and Arale next to them, and then Pan in slot 3. That's going to be very nice, because obviously they get legendary power as well. 5.1 million. So, yeah, I mean, this is the thing, right? Like I say, the unit, very restricted. If you want to get this maximum performance out of them, like, this is basically the team build that you have to run. Like, you can substitute one Kid Goku for a different Kid Goku, obviously. You don't have to bring the AGL support Pan, so you can kind of split it across units that way. But you basically need to make sure that you have 5 of each of the categories. And the other thing they do have as well as part of their passive is if we have an ally on the same turn that has Goku Youth or Bulma Youth in their name, they get a additional attack that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack. But obviously we haven't seen them really get much of a chance to do that. So obviously that's another reason why the Goku and Arale is such a perfect link partner for them, because obviously part of their name is Goku Youth. So Goku Youth and is it Arale Youth or just Arale? I don't actually know. But yeah, so I wonder if like the next time we get some sort of Dragon Ball Saga related celebration or Dokkan Fest, if they EZA that Goku and Arale, then that rotation is going to be pretty crazy. So now we actually have this rotation. So what links do we get now with you guys? So yeah, we get Incredible Adventure, Guidance to Dragon Ball's Innocence, and Legendary Power. So I guess we are really only picking up Legendary Power, because their link set is a little bit weird. Courage, Prodigy, Solid Support. It's weird because obviously with the link set they have, like, you can build the team around their link set, or you can build the team around having all the buffs from the category allies. So it's a little bit of a weird one. Strange unit. Obviously we were talking about this kind of thing because of the release of the LR Goku and Hit lately. Yeah, almost 5 million without support on this rotation. Because Goku and Hit are a good example. They're on what, like 4 teams, but they are really, really good. I was going to say they're like one of the best units on those teams, but obviously Universe Survival Saga is super stacked. So is their accelerated battle category actually as well. But yeah, if a unit needs to be like top tier on the teams that they're on, if they're going to be that restricted. And yeah, I do think these guys are putting out some decent numbers here. We need to get Pan back over onto that rotation. We're going to be at what, 5.5, maybe 6, which would be pretty good. Because the thing is, what you got to remember is when people talk about the Super Battle Road LRs, is technically they're free to play, but obviously to have these guys rainbow in the first place, you have to have beaten all of the category stages that came out quite a while now. It's obviously the non-extreme versions of the new extreme ones that we just got. So honestly, unless you're a newer player, like the older versions, the non-extreme Super Battle Road versions are not that difficult nowadays. And obviously you have to do all of them in order to have the unit rainbowed in the first place. And then, of course, you have to do all of the new ESBR stages to actually get them rainbow. So it's kind of the point of the video here will probably be the title, is are these guys worth the grind? Because for some people, like if there's one stage of the new ESBRs that you can't beat, then you can't get all of the medals to EZA Goku and Bulma. So obviously, considering that's one of the new biggest and newest, I guess, challenges, I would argue that maybe some of the missions for the GT Goku event are harder, but it all depends on the teams you have, obviously, right? It's all going to be dependent on your box. You might have a box that can smash all of the Goku event missions, but then you don't have a good team for like one of the ESBR stages, and so then you just can't beat it. So I guess it's hard to compare the difficulty of those realistically. But yeah, it's a tough reward to get if you're lacking for any one of those Extreme Super Battle Road stages. So obviously the big question is, are they worth it? And honestly, it's hard to say. I think, like, on this team, they're obviously really good, right? They are now one of the better, if not the best units on this team. like Super Battle Road, they have a little bit of extra utility with the fact that they can stun on Super Attack. They do have very high start of turn defense, so even though they do raise defense on Super Attack, they obviously can be a very useful slot 1 unit. So I do think they are good. The only problem is the team that they are restricted to. Like nowadays, like who's running the youth team? Who's running the Dragon Ball Saga team? Like, I'm sure there are some people who do, right? Because you really like that team, because you love OG Dragon Ball or something like that. But, yeah, I kind of feel like if they're going to be on this team that is so very restricted, you know, we have LRs in the game that are better without being as restricted. But then, I guess some of them are summonable, so the argument is up in the air. But now this is an EZA LR, remember. So, in fairness, we can compare them to other EZA LRs. So when we look at, like, STR Frieza, the androids that just got their EZA on JP, I mean, even if you want to compare them directly and argue about which one of them is better, like, they're definitely easier to get for a start. And like Frieza is on a lot of teams that people actually run. The androids obviously are a massive buff to not only androids but like the future categories and stuff like that. Like a lot of the more popular teams, and again it's subjective, right? Like if you love Dragon Ball Saga and you hate Dragon Ball Super, mate, you probably prefer the Dragon Ball Saga over the future Saga category. Because obviously I know future has like the old Z future stuff as well, but a lot of it is super focused. So obviously it's very subjective, but like the teams that I would say are generally more popular, they have some of these free-to-play LRs that are as good, if not better, than Goku and Bulma. So hopefully in the future, obviously everyone's thirsting for a good Dragon Ball Saga, like dual Dokkan Fest with like, you know, Kid Goku versus Demon King Piccolo, or like the Team Goku versus Piccolo Jr. from the end of Dragon Ball. I feel like once the Dragon Ball Saga category does start getting some really big buffs, then this unit is going to maybe earn their place as one of the better units on that team. But it's a little bit tricky. So this is going to be their best turn. We've got Pan in slot 3, so we've got 175k defense at the start of the turn. Do you get any extra links from you? No, you don't. So go ahead and put them in slot 1 here. Can't get any... Shame we made so many rainbow orbs, but Goku and Arale be doing that. So we get 5 orbs with Pan. So yeah, let's see this attack stats. This is their best turn. It would only be slightly better if we could get the full 24 key, but even so, 5.1. So a little bit lower than I was expecting. Like I say, I mean, again, comparing them to summonable LRs, you can decide whether you think that's fair or not, but units like 55% LR Turles are getting over 5 million attack stats. So, and he's quite restricted on teams as well, but I mean, he's on teams that are much more fun to run. And you know, when Goku and Arale get their EZA and then AGL Turles gets his EZA, which of those two rotations do you think is going to be better? Again, comparing them to a summonable LR, so maybe that's not fair, but obviously we have to base it on the fact that these ESBR stages have just come out for Global, so essentially this is a new unit that has just released on Global, so comparing them to units that are already out, especially considering they are an EZA unit. I'm just going to heal so we can get rid of this rotation locking malarkey, and then we'll do this, grab these. We're going to get the Dokkan attack here. I won't bother transforming Gotenks, since we probably are just going to finish him off with Kid Goku. I really like this Kid Goku. He's a really good World Tournament World Tournament reward card. He doesn't even have his Awakening yet, and he's pretty good. He hasn't had a lot of chance to shine in this video, so this isn't like his best setup, but we'll go ahead and hit the nodes here, get him his Dokkan attack. And we'll start wrapping it up here, and we'll end off with the final rotation of Goku and Bulma. So yeah, you guys let me know what you think. I feel like obviously the main reward for beating ESBR for a lot of people is obviously the fact that you're getting quite a few stones per stage. You're getting all of those skill orbs and the EX skill orbs. I don't feel like anyone out there is desperately trying to beat all the stages specifically so they can get their hands on this unit, because, you know, they're decent, but I don't know. I don't know how I would rate them, because especially compared to free-to-play LRs. Like, they're definitely on a higher end of power compared to other free-to-play LRs, but we would expect that because the team is so restricted. So it's an interesting one. You guys will have to let me know what you think down below. So let's finish up here with a big old nuke turn. Can we get that last one to change as well, just for the full overkill? No, apparently not. That's the only one that isn't an AGL orb, so why did that not change? That confuses me sometimes, but there we go. So, yeah, regardless of how we slice it, we're going to get 21 orbs here. Get our massive buff. What is our defense going to look like now? 150k. Oh, it's only attacking there. What am I talking about? So, let's go ahead and grab these for you. And then these for you. So we get to see a big silly number here to end the video. So let me know what you guys think of the EZA for Goku and Bulma down below in the comment section. Are they worth the grind for beating all of those ESBR stages? Let me know what you think. 9.8 million. I kind of expected at least 10, but yeah, let me know what you guys think down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below for the Discord and the merch store, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.